Hello there, it's Mark from StockPursuit.com and DynamiteStocks.com and Substack on Deep Value Stocks. Today was an interesting day. I just wanted to go through the indices and some of the new positions I put on today. My puts are doing really good, and I put on some more puts than a lot of things today. And it looks like the try for momentum for the bulls has kind of died out here. I mean, it looks like this is the Nasdaq futures open, and it's way down, and it looks like we're at that big support level there that it's got to hold if this is going to be any kind of a rally. This rally this month's going to hold up, but it's looking pretty bad right now. I mean, it still looks. I'm seeing more bearish charts than bullish, and my gap down scan had 74 hits on my gap down scan, and the number one that I sorted for low RSI, and actually his number two was Redfin. Redfin Redfin was down 7% today, and so I'm doing pretty well in a lot of these puts. The the IMPP so far is not working out, and the Siri calls didn't work out, but the CEI calls are doing really good, and I bought some more calls today too, so that one's doing really good. Yeah, that was my by far my favorite setup like the past couple days. Just the two hammers were really good, and it was such a great setup even 2 days ago. So that's a really good one, and it's kind of where the strength's been. The only relative strength's really mostly been in oil, and oil's just it's got a nice uptrend here. It found support there, around 74 on USO, and then it's basically almost like a triangle now off this support there, but it's right up that it's testing that level there, so it's another big inflection point. It looks like it really wants to keep going because it's gapping up, and when it gaps up, it tends to keep going and going. Like I was saying, I've traded this one in the past a lot, and once it starts gapping up and breaking out, it's really good to trade, and that's kind of my sweet spot's usually like 2 days. I'll hold the USO calls, but that's one of my better expectancies that I've had with trading. So yeah, these other ones didn't work out at least so far. I mean that it's basically a test. This APLT is testing that that line there, which is like could be new support, and the MYO has been up pretty much ever since that big pop out of the triangle off the flag. So it's still going. Like MYO is still a good setup, and I think I may have bought the calls. No, I bought shares in that one. That one didn't have calls. It's got pretty good relative strength here. So the CEI, I'm still looking for some more upside on those, and I sold the GRTS puts. I uh, I I got a little shooken out there when it hit the high day. Looked like it was gonna keep going, and up around 220. So on the day, I got a pretty bad entry because I sold the puts like at the top there, but I just had to take them off because they expired in a couple days. So I couldn't risk a pop up tomorrow because if it pops, it's probably going to be a good percentage move that will wipe out all the gains. So, but it's still acting well. I mean, I think it's still like if I was still shorted, I would still hold. and see what if it's gonna have like a big gap, another big gap down, because I think it's going lower. But usually these things, there's usually some kind of a spike, if it's not, if it doesn't even turn into a bull flag, because it looks incredibly, like I was saying, like the volume just looks suspicious for, it looks like a bullish pattern based on the volume, because like the volume's been decreasing and decreasing, so all the sell volume's just getting exhausted. So once these things go, the sell volume keeps going down and down, and it trends down and down like that, you know, kind of it's been pretty controlled, you would say. They it could easily pop, and take test three again. So, but I don't know. I mean, I think the pattern's gonna play out, but it's gonna go lower. But it could be choppy. So it's not wasn't worth the risk to hold it a couple days for me. And the Ericsson, I put on the Ericsson puts yesterday, and those are doing really good. And I put on the Nokia puts today too, and those are up 25%. Actually, the Ericssons haven't actually printed yet. I put on the November, I put on the November monthlies on this at the 4 strike. So I got a really good entry there. I pretty much called the bluff that it was gonna be green the next day, because it was green on it was I mean it finished the day strong even off that bad news, so it was just like a perfect short entry to me with the puts. And I also put on some Rocket mortgage puts today, because this housing short's just playing out. The XHB continues to downtrend, and it just made a new low today actually. So it broke down below the 73 was the low before, back early in the month. So we're still in a downtrend, and it looks just like, it's funny. It actually looks. I mean, it looks like the housing starts chart that I posted up on my Twitter, on my X. The housing starts have been down the past 2 months, which is it's a big leading indicator, or big indicator in the economy, because a lot of the economy is housing. But I'll pull that up real quick, because I don't know if I showed that on other videos, but it's one of the things I'm watching, and it just kind of makes my bear thesis stronger on these home builders and housing related stocks. Like the Redfin, I mean, this Redfin and Rocket are just going down, like, especially the Redfin. These things are just going down almost like they're going, I don't want to say they're going bankrupt, but the stocks look like it. I mean, you look at, I mean, that was a good setup I took there on Rocket, because it's pretty much near the yearly low, and it failed to hold there. So, but the Redfin's just been pretty much totally destructed. It went from 17 to like $5 now in a few months, and it just looks like it's going to go down to 3, and then who knows from there if this momentum holds, which it is so far. The one I thought about was Open Door, and I think I bought puts in my other account on this one. But the Open Door is kind of doing the same thing the past 3 months. It's just a serious downtrend. So the housing stuff continues to be weak. I was gonna see if I put on those puts, but yeah. But anyway, I think Open's a good setup anyway. If I didn't, like, I probably should have. Yeah, I put on the puts. I put on the Open Door $2 puts for like 2 weeks out. So it's pretty brave there, but this is a really nice setup, because it's kind of what I've seen, where these downtrending stocks, they kind of bottom out and then they just break down again. It's kind of that triangle. It's got a little triangle there. So, I mean, the thing that could be against me is here, just goes sideways for a little while longer, but I got 2 weeks out, so I think I think we're gonna crack this pretty strong. But that was more of a lower position size because I've already got so many housing related shorts. So I was really like, I was almost kind of hesitant to put on more puts because I'm just so loaded on puts already. But just the charts are just showing aren't these charts are just really bearish. I mean these bearish days are just really overwhelming, and the the days when we're green the past couple weeks they just seem like short squeezes and like bear market rallies. Like there's not a lot of the percentage moves were just a lot higher, at least on my watch list. And I'm kind of spread out on my watch list. I've got semis, Nasdaq, banks, housing, small caps. Because a lot of people don't look at that stuff, like especially small caps sometimes. But I think looking at small caps can tell you a lot more than looking at the S&P or Nasdaq. Well, maybe not the Nasdaq, but there's so many banks and small companies in the Russell that are really pivotal in the economy, really key, I would say. So we're right on support again. So I mean, really, the contrarian in me wants to just play that support level and buy more. Like I have been buying some of my long-term plays because everything's been down so much. Like these robotics and AI stocks. Like I think was it STRC? I was looking for the ones with the best fundamentals. Yeah, Lab. I think I even bought some more Lab. Or was it Talk? Yeah, Talk was good. But some of my favorite robotics ones are like the KSCP. I mean, a lot of these things are beaten down. Well, there's a lot. I have a lot of stocks that I like long term, so I'm not going to go through all of them, but that one's down a lot, and the Talk is another one. It's actually doing really well. Talk's holding in there still, but I'll just finish up with my puts here. So, what else do I have on puts? Oh yeah, the ORC. I still have these Helix Energy puts that are actually up 50% now, which is surprising because oil's been up, but I think that may be a bad print on my broker, but it doesn't look too bullish. So maybe I'll get lucky on that because I kind of did like a pair trade with these oil stocks. Like I had puts on Helix and longs on BTE, but the ORC's been looks like my ORC hit today. It's up 140% on these puts. I've got the the puts that expire this week. I got the $7 strike, so good timing on that one because I shorted it, or I bought the puts there on that break. Remember that I did a video on that one, and because I hit my gap down scan, and it really had a flush today, so I'm up 140% on these. So I'll be taking these off either tomorrow or the next day, most likely, in case it tries to trend out or flag again. So that's a good one. So I got lucky on the timing on that because I bought like the weeklies or a week out back then, and I was just pretty confident on I was confident on the pattern. So I'm never really too worried about doing weeklies when when the pattern is really good. Looks like I've got some my UNFI puts. Yeah, all my puts just kind of went green today. They hadn't really done anything until today. It's kind of a big day for bears today. Wait, that can't be right. Yeah, it looks like my brokers give me some weird data here, but my UNFI puts, it says they're up, but the stock's up at 15. Crazy. But so that's one of my few puts that didn't do well. And my RGTI calls are down. And looks like my Rite Aid puts, I'm not sure what's going to happen with those because they delisted. I sold my big chunk a long time ago, but I just played like a speculative small position in this last round. And I put on the HMY puts too, because gold looks like it's at a bear flag point there, and this HMY is kind of mimicking that level. So it looks short term overbought is the play. So it trades pretty much in lock with gold. So I think gold is pretty much in a channel here. It goes sideways, so I don't know why that would break. So the play is just, this is going to turn into another one of these failed rallies because it hasn't really done anything for months. So it's just a short on the strength to expecting more like a flag there. Really speculative, like wasn't really a good pattern. Probably wasn't really a good trade because it wasn't like a good pattern I know, but I can just see the HMY. It looks like it's about to curl over. But that's not really, wasn't like my super best trade today. But I've got those puts, the HMY puts. And let's go into the charging stocks, of course, were great again. These charging stocks just never let me down. All these failed rallies just keep breaking. Huge, like, see, the last time it had a big pop, it just got annihilated back there. We'll zoom in. Yeah, this day here, the big green day, it couldn't even rally like 2 days. The best it can do is one green day. I mean, this thing's just annihilated. I mean, there must be like a lot of shorts. I think it might be in a short raid. There's just a lot of somebody's manipulating it with shorts because it can't even get 2 days in a row. Like it did there, 2 days green, but that was what really started it. So I really was thinking maybe it would get a bounce there, but this thing is sure as a great short. So new low today again, and I've got the $3 strike November puts. So these things might be up huge by November is my plan. So, and I still got the EVgo puts too. Those are up, finally up a little bit. I got the $3 strikes on those. So hopefully get like one more flush day, and then I'll probably take profits on my EVgo puts, because the EVgo is the other charging stock that I've been talking about. It's just been annihilated too, and it hit a new low today too. And BYND was like a sketchy, like it turned into a bear flag, like I was kind of thought it might. So it's really more of a short now, but I don't know if I'm gonna trade that one because it's I don't really know their business that well, and like the industry. I mean, foods usually has some hope in America. Like Americans love food, so even if it's fake, maybe. So I don't know. I mean, because I play here, you're pretty much planning on stock going lower. Like I don't know. I might look into that one, but because it is at it's threatening here it's like a bear flag. So it's a bear flag setup, but I've already got so many puts on. I need to think more about hedging really now. Like if for somehow there is a bounce here and the market holds, I've got to put a hedge on. And let's look at the dollar. Like I just look at it with UUP because it's pretty easy to see quick. But yeah, it looks like it's still going up. So that was another bad trade I had. I put on the puts here. I put on some puts there because I thought the trend broke, but it just stays strong. So then let's look at the indices real quick. So yeah, the IWM, it's at a big level there, so it's got to hold. But I mean, it's been range bound in this channel, so who knows how long it could last a while, but we'll see. But I'm still short biased just based on this momentum, and these red days have just been really red in these stocks. So Nasdaq still kind of, if it goes down, if it has another red day tomorrow, it looks like the swing's definitely back to bearish, like it, because that was kind of a pivot area. There was trying to pivot, but once it goes back in this channel, these lows are back on the table there. So we could, I think it's gonna go back down to these lows. Actually, looks like it's trading down in the futures overnight here. So I mean, we'll see. Who knows? It can do crazy stuff, but it's not, definitely not. It's more bearish now that it didn't hold that other level, and bank's not looking good either. That rally failed. They couldn't hold above that level, so that's really bearish too. And XHB, I'm bearish on that. And the housing starts just really kind of confirmed that for me. I'll see if I can find that. I did a tweet on it, or a post on the Federal Reserve tracks the housing starts, and they're down. Yeah, there we go. See, housing starts, which is pretty much, they're just building houses, so it's been going down since really steeply the past couple months, but it's actually tried to bounce back up there, and then we're back to lows. I mean, this looks like a new downtrend to me. Like the uptrend was right there, and then it broke down below, so it's in a downtrend. It's like choppier there, but you can see it very well could have spiked because it's had a good run. It had a really good run from lows in 2020. But I also did a little talk in Spaces, on the X Spaces today, about AI and internet marketing, and how you can use AI tools in marketing. If you're a business owner or an internet marketer, digital marketer, or whatever. So that went pretty well, and I talked a lot longer than I thought I did, but it came out really good. So I think some of the people probably hadn't used those tools. So because it's kind of more geared towards writing. Like the tools I use are for more like articles. Because I have some other websites that I do internet marketing on, different kind of industries, not just stocks. So I use the Bing AI and the Bing Chat GPT-4 and Perplexity, and I pretty much use those for my articles and stuff. But that's about it for that. But I gave it a little kind of like a little like kind of workshop on that. So I didn't really find anything interesting, anything new in the scans. I mean, the Redfin hit that gap down scan, so I'm even more bullish, being more bearish on that now. We probably go to like $3 a share. What is it? Three. The low is, yeah, the low is $3, $3.08. So I think that's on the table now. Because we got, let's just check the levels real quick. Yeah, we broke through that support and broke through that support. So there's some weak support there about 520, but looks like the way it's going, it's just gonna test the lows. I mean, that's if this downtrend holds. So I'm gonna just go through the scan and see if we missed anything. Yeah, this XTRAF had a pop. This XTRAF. It's a security company, I believe. It's one of the ones I like the fundamentals on. And it broke this downtrend line, and I missed it when it broke because that was a really good setup. Pretty reliable on these big downtrends. Because when it broke out there, it broke out of the downtrend, and then it's pretty strong in the short term here. Like it looks like it's going to get some channel momentum. Looks like the channel is going to be maybe there. Looks like it hit about, I'm going to call that as a channel support. So it's coming up on it. Yeah, that's about it. So I'll just call it a wrap on today's video, and I'll catch you next time.